Alright, so this morning we're going to test the Fitbit and the Up band. We're going to go and put them on and we're going to go for a walk and we're going to test how many steps they count. So I am going to count my steps. I know, psycho, right? But I've had both bands for a while and I'd like to get to the bottom of it. Now we're going to open up the two different apps and we're going to see which app is more accurate. Remember I said I'd counted 1,300 steps. So here's the Up band app. And it's showing that I've done 459 steps. So that's not very accurate whatsoever. However, while we've got it open, let's have a quick look around the app. I think it's a much nicer interface. So what you get is, on the left is your sleep. So it's shown that I did 7 hours and 8 minutes of sleep, which is 89% of my goal, which is 8 hours. The dark bands are, the dark blue is where I was deep sleeping, and the light bands is where I was sleeping lightly. The orange is when I was awake. And the other good thing is, excuse me, if you go down further, it shows you the sleep for the week, shows you what your average is. I've only been using it for a short time. Then the other thing which I like, if you forgot to put your band into sleep mode, you can add sleep manually up there, so you don't have to miss out. So if you know what time you went to bed and so on, it will still record what kind of sleep you had. And the other nice thing is when you go back to your home page. Now if you go back, so this was yesterday, or yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. So yesterday, when you actually reach your goal of 100%, it does this fancy doodah thing which makes you feel really good about yourself. So yesterday I got more than 100% of the sleep that I wanted and more than 100% of the steps that I wanted. The other lovely thing is you get these little interesting pieces of information, usually based on some sort of research, and you can click on learn more and it takes you through to the actual research, and you can learn stuff about sleep and food and exercise and things like that. And the other thing I like about the Up band is my son also has one, so he's on my team, and we're able to see, I'm able to comment on his steps or comment on any exercise he's done. Now you can add your exercise in as well as your steps. So a couple of days ago I'd done some swimming and some weightlifting and some stationary bikes, so I added that in. And you do that up here. You go into your steps and then you go up to there and you add your exercise, activity type, effort level, etc. And they haven't got a great deal of range of different exercises, but you know, you can make it work for yourself. So that's that. And that's what it looks like showing you your steps. So that's showing that I did a whole lot of steps this morning when I first woke up, and then when I've just been around the house I've just been, you know, doing a few little steps like that. Oh no, sorry, that was yesterday. So now let's have a look at the Fitbit app. So the Fitbit app, interestingly, is showing that I did 1,000 steps. Well, that's really interesting, isn't it? Because I did 1,300 counted, but a lot of those steps were just useless little steps around the house. But it is much more accurate. Now let's see how much sleep it said. It said I did 7 hours and 26 minutes. What did the other one do? 7 hours and 26 minutes. This one is saying I slept 8 hours and 21 minutes. No, wrong day. Sorry, wrong day. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, stop that. Stop that. 7 hours and 8 minutes. Not much difference. So that's not too bad. Okay, back to the Fitbit. Right, as you can see, this is their interface. So if you want to see your steps, you click on your steps and it shows you your steps like that. I reckon that's rubbish. And sleep is even more rubbish. I mean, look at that. What's that supposed to tell you? Well, it's supposed to be telling you exactly the same as the other app, but it's not graphically represented as well, I don't believe. Oh yeah, hang on. You can see your, if you click on that, you can see your sleep for the week. There's your sleep for the week. But once again, I don't really think much of the way it's laid out. So, that's it on both of those. Now the actual bands themselves, let's have a look at those. So there's the Up band, Up24, and there's the Fitbit. Now the Up band, you work with a button over here. If you click it once, you can see what mode you're in. You're in daytime mode at the moment. If you click it and hold it in, it does a nighttime mode, and we want to get out of that because we're not in nighttime mode at all. Fitbit doesn't have any buttons, you just tap it. So if you tap it just once, a couple of times, it shows you where you're up to in your goal for your steps. If you tap it a few times, quite a few times, it goes into sleep mode. That's sleep mode there. And if you want to get out of sleep mode, you just got to keep tapping it to get it in. Don't tap over there, tap here, because it doesn't seem to work very well when you tap over there. The other thing that's good about the Fitbit is it will tell you during the day how close you are to your goal. And when you reach your goal, it'll flash and start going la-di-la-di-da, and then you know that you've reached your goal without having to go to the app. Okay, to conclude this little clip about the FitbitFlex versus the Up24, just a couple of things I haven't told you. Recharging. So with the Up band, you recharge by taking off the end here. You're left with your little connector. Goes into there and plug it into a USB and off you go. Now I found the Fitbit didn't charge that easily because actually that there is the Fitbit, and you put it inside here, clips into place, and it's supposed to charge. The trouble is these connectors here, they don't work very well, and you've got to clean them, and it doesn't always connect, and it's really annoying. So the background on the two bands is I've had the Up Band 24 for the longest time, almost a year. During that time it has broken down 4 times. I have had to take it back to the shop where I bought it. Luckily that was Apple, and they replaced it. 4 times I got the same band. I got the Up24. Well, no, I upgraded to the Up24. I had the normal, just the Up that you have to plug in. I had that first. Now, do buy it from a place where you know that if you're going to go with the Up band, buy it from a place where you know you can take it back and get it replaced. Because my son had a similar problem and he's had the Up band for a year. His has broken down 4 times as well. So, what else? So it's really up to you. To recap, probably the Fitbit may be a little bit more accurate. Its app is not nearly as good. It's not as stylish. The Up band, whereas it may not be terribly reliable, the app is absolutely fantastic. You really feel like you're part of the community. You get inspiring things sent to you. You get challenges sent to you. You're part of a team with other people in it.
It's really good. It really adds to your life. Whereas I don't feel the same way about my Fitbit, and I had that for a couple of months. So that's my vote. Go with the Up Band and buy it from a reputable retailer. Okay, see you later.